It's gonna be interesting. Oh. Hello. Oh. I scared her. What's up? I'm trying to do a video. Hey guys, it's Chris. This is an entirely new setup. This is my bedroom. Mainly because my bedroom is the coolest place in the house, and the living room is currently occupied by my husband playing League of Legends with his buddies. What a nerd. So we're in the bedroom because I didn't have a book video planned, or I had one planned and it fell through, which is fine. But, oh, we have a little lady. Linky is also in the bedroom, but he's over on the floor. He might make an appearance. So yeah, this is my room. We're gonna avoid this section. I know that my lotion makes this look real sus. But this is my bedroom. And my Starry Night cat. And my sunflower pillow. And my projector, which is how we watch YouTube at night. This is my room. And this is my puzzle. And this is my, I'm forgetting what they're called now, but I made this. I sewed this. And my stars. Not the point of the video. Today I want to go over all of the books that I have finished from my physical TBR. I did a physical TBR breakdown on my channel a while ago, and I want to touch base on the 70 books that I had on my physical TBR and what I have cleared through, and the dilemma with utilizing my local library because it's making this a slow process. So we're going to go in order because it's just what we're going to do. So first up we have Berserk by Michael Grant. This is tabbed. I don't annotate books very much, but this is tabbed because I intended to do a chaos rant on this. The entire series, actually. I just haven't gotten around to filming it because I'm still learning. This, I should have grabbed my book journal, but it's okay. This one was okay. There was a lot of characters, like too many characters, and then the characters had code names. So you'd get the actual character name, and then you'd get the code name, and then only certain people knew, vice versa. This makes me feel like that episode from, I believe, it's either Everything's Sunny in Philadelphia or The Office, where he's got like the red board, and he's like, that's literally how I'm gonna have to do this breakdown for this series. Oh, a little lady. And with that, I read these in one go. So I read book 1, and then I went in and I read book 2, reloaded. And I rated this one higher than book 1 because this one was a lot more interesting and kind of took on a subplot for one of the main characters, and it made it a lot more fun. And then by the time this was done, we went right into book 3, which was a Berserk Apocalypse. All these are by Michael Grant. And this was god-awful. The ending was terrible. Why are we leaving decision-making to a 16-year-old girl and a 16-year-old boy who have boned on the beach? Which, just for anyone that would think to pick these up, if your child is into apocalypse, nanotech kind of stuff, there is in one of these books, I believe it's book 2 or book 3, right in the beginning in like chapter 2 or 3, there's a relatively graphic scene of the two of them boinking on a beach, and these were young adult novels, and it made me really uncomfortable being given physical descriptors of two 16-year-olds going at it. So that was not my favorite, but they'd been sitting on my shelf the longest, and so I've cleared these from my physical TBR. Let's go! I hated them. I hated those books. I'm sorry, Cookie. Look at this little pretty princess. Look at her. I love her. Sorry, my youngest cat likes to, like, stare at my lizard that's in my room. My bearded dragon's actually over here on the right-hand side because she's old and she was out in the living room on the entertainment center, but she started having medical problems, and I am too short even with my stepladder to get in there and grab her in a case of an emergency, and we had an emergency at one point and I couldn't get to her. She's okay now. So she's now in the bedroom. I have like this much space between the bed and her tank, but I don't care because I can get to her. So it's fine. Next up we got Nine Goblins by T. Kingfisher. I bought this in January. I wasn't supposed to buy any books. I bought this book. I am holding firm on the book buying ban. I bought this. and read it, and it was really good. It was not what I expected going into this book. It's kind of small, like novella style, but it was good. I believe I rated this like 3.5 stars, just because it felt like there was a weird disconnect between like the weird fantasy element between the goblins and then like this other plot that they kind of throw you into. But overall, it was really good. I think if I would have had different expectations, this book would have been higher rated for me. But it's off. It's off my TBR. So that was done. And then next up, we read The Wood by Chelsea Pavlinsky. I got this at a library sale. It is a YA horror novel about a girl who takes care of a set of woods that basically they're like time travel holes in the universe. And her father is missing, and they go on that discovery, and there's like a little romance thing, and it was a good book. I think had really low expectations for this book, and it ended up being pretty good. So I would recommend this to young adult readers that have lost a parent or are struggling with the loss of a parent. I think this does a really good job showcasing grief and how sometimes when we even when we get a concrete answer, it doesn't make it better. Good book overall, though. I was pleasantly surprised. You'll be not surprised to know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, after that I read Hemlock and Silver, also by T. Kingfisher, which I've mentioned multiple times on my channel, that T. Kingfisher / Ursula Vernon is my all-time favorite author. Regardless of some of the things that have been misses for me, her writing still proceeds to give me the best plot twists and shock me the most. And I really love that for her writing. So I had Hemlock and Silver. This one sucker punched me halfway through into the fantasy elephant. It felt more realistic fiction, and then all of a sudden it felt like I got shoved into the fantasy. And the ending, again, really wild. Wasn't expecting it, but I wasn't against it. And the romance kind of aspect of it at the very, very end, very, very background romance for the record, was fun because it was it might work, it might not work, who knows, we're just gonna enjoy it while it lasts, and honestly, I love that. So, this was a really good book. Yeah, I like this book. I also just like the cover of this. I'm not a fan of sprayed edges. It gives me the ick, but my husband didn't know that and bought it for me, and I'm never gonna be mad when my husband buys me books, especially books that I want to read, because it means that he's paying attention, and honestly, I love my husband. And then, last but not least, we have The Forest of Hands and Teeth. I've recently done a rant review on this book. It was something else. I went into this book, picked it up at Goodwill, as most of you know, for a friend. My friend doesn't really read. I ended up reading it. Didn't realize it was a YA horror / romance novel, and was really mad that none of the characters made adult decisions. And also, spoiler alert, it wouldn't have mattered because half of this book, 3/4 of this book, didn't matter because all the characters pretty much die except the main character anyways. And then they don't continue the series, even though the book leaves on a relatively hefty cliffhanger. This book pissed me off. I've done a whole chaos rant on it. Some of you have seen it. It's actually one of my better videos on my channel so far, and I'm glad everyone's enjoying me ripping this book to shreds, because it was shit. And not 100. I rated it 2.5 stars. I want to make it very clear. I did not rate this 1 star. I rated this 2.5 stars because I did cry while reading this book. This book drove me crazy. I didn't really enjoy it, but there was actual stakes. The author continuously killed off characters that I thought were going to be main characters through and through, and she repeatedly sacked them in the book. And if Carrie Ryan has written any adult novels, I would genuinely love to read them. I just think the YA genre is just kind of not 120% for me, which is not a problem. Just because I get so mad with, like, people not making adult decisions. That's my biggest pet peeve. So, these are the 7 books from my physical TBR that I have finished out of, yeah. It's not good odds right now, considering it's May. Yikes. I am in the first quarter. I'm having a hard time reading this book, and I don't know why. There's no dust cover on this one. I am reading Brigands and Bread Knives. by Travis Baldree. It's the third book in the Legends and Latte series. I loved book 1, adored book 2. I'm having such a hard time getting through book 3. I've just gotten to a point where it's starting to pick up to a point where I'm like, okay, thank God. Spoiler alert again. I'm gonna give you time to skip past this section. I'm getting to a point where I'm getting really fed up with Fern being so fucking whiny in the beginning of this book. I'm holding it up like there's a cover on it. But I'm just getting really bothered by how, like, honestly annoying she's being. Like, this woman's in her 50s and she's, like, whining like a little fucking teenager, and it's pissing me off. And it's getting to a point where she's finally, like, trying to figure shit out. And it just, I don't know why it was bothering me so much. Like, it's okay if the thing you've been doing for your whole life you don't have passion for anymore. But talk to your friends, talk to your support groups, let's be an adult, let's make these decisions, or change it up a little bit, or figure something out, you know, like, we can have a moment of, damn, this fucking sucks, but when it's the entire first quarter of the book, like, give me a break. So, it's starting to pick up, thank God. And then I have a lot of library books that I'm trying to clear through. My books under 150 pages video that I keep talking about repeatedly, I think we're going to change to books under 200 pages, because when I went to go do research on how many pages were in each book, the Kindle versions state that they're higher page count than the books I've gotten from the library, because it depends on the size the book is published in. So I think I'm going to change that to books under 200 pages to help readers get back into reading, just because it depends on what you're reading. If you're reading physical, if you're listening to the audiobook, if you're reading on Kindle. So I want to take that into account, and I don't want to be called a liar. So I think we're going to change the title of that one, in which case that book video will probably be coming out soon. I was supposed to film it this weekend and then ran into that nuance and decided that I was not going to do that video this weekend, and then was like, I have no videos prepped to publish on Friday. And here we are. So, this was the video. And you got a new filming location, and you get to see my cute little freaking babby cat, okay? She's 10 years old. I love her. She is the light of my world. So, that's the video. Sorry Link didn't make an appearance. He's sleeping on the floor. I can see him. But this is my bedroom. Those are the books I've been reading. I do want to do a longer format book video. I think I'm going to start after this video, quite literally. That's going to be going through my physical TBR, but it's probably going to take a couple of months, so that I can do like this is what I'm reading, and then come back and do a video and go, this is how many days it took me to read, this is what I liked about it, this is what I rated it, blah, 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 and then go, this is what I'm starting, and repeat, recycle, repeat, you know? So I think I want to do that next, which is also why this book is in here. Hello, hi, I'm back. For some ungodly reason, my phone decided to cut the video off, thankfully right at the tail end. I just wanted to come on here and say that thank you guys for sticking out and hanging out and vibing, and also an up-close video of Toodles. And also to say, you thought I had a book ending? I don't. Say goodbye, Toodles.